a lost Peppa Pig episode that never aired on TV. Night fell upon Peppa Pig's house, bringing with it an unaccustomed silence. Even the crickets outside were quiet. Peppa lay on her top bunk trying to fall asleep, but something unsettled her. George, below, snored peacefully, but Peppa felt she wasn't alone in the stillness. Suddenly, from the depths of the house, a faint, drawn-out creak echoed. It sounded like an old, ungreased door, but it seemed to emanate from the very walls. The creak repeated, a little louder this time, and Peppa felt a shiver run down her spine. She cautiously peeked out from under her covers. The room was shrouded in gloom, and the shadows cast by the furniture seemed alive. The creak became rhythmic, as if someone was slowly and heavily walking across the wooden floor. The footsteps drew closer, and Peppa realized they were coming from the hallway directly towards their room. She held her breath, listening to every sound. The door to their room was slightly ajar, and a faint light from the hallway seeped through the crack. The footsteps stopped right outside the door. Then another creak sounded, but this time it was very close, as if someone was slowly opening the door. Peppa squeezed her eyes shut, afraid of what might enter. She heard a soft rustle, like the whisper of old fabric, and felt the air in the room grow heavy and cold. Opening her eyes, she saw a thin, writhing shadow slowly creeping into the room through the crack in the door. The shadow resembled a long, twisting ribbon, slowly slithering across the floor, approaching George's bed. The shadow reached George's bed and began to slowly ascend it. Peppa couldn't move, her body seemingly paralyzed by fear. She watched as the shadow enveloped the sleeping George, and from within it came a faint, barely discernible whisper, like the rustle of dry leaves. The whisper grew louder, and Peppa felt her eyelids grow heavy. The last thing she saw were two dull, glowing points in the center of the shadow, staring directly at her. Then darkness consumed her. In the morning, Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig entered the room. Peppa was asleep in her bunk, but George was not in his bed below. His blanket was neatly folded, and his favorite dinosaur toy lay on his pillow. The parents searched the entire house, but George was nowhere to be found. And sometimes, in the quietest hours of the night, if you listen closely, you might hear a faint, drawn-out creak echoing from the depths of the house, and a soft, barely discernible whisper that seems to call out a name.